Hello friends, welcome back to Smart Nazir Tech Study. In this video, we will see Java important interview questions which are asked recently in top tech companies such as TCS, Capgemini, Infosys, Tech Mahindra, Accenture, and all other big tech and startup companies. So before starting the video, hit a like, subscribe, and share. So Java will be hidden. So basically Java was developed by James Gosling. The Java programming was developed by Sun Microsystems in Sun Microsystem. James Ling has developed Java 1990s. Although primarily used for internet based applications, that means web applications, Java will be used. Java is a simple, efficient, general purpose language. Java was originally designed for embedded network applications running on multiple platforms. Now we will see most important interview questions of Java. First we will cover core Java concepts and next we will see most important OOPS concepts. So first one is, what is the differences between JDK and JRE? So this is a common question which will be asked from freshers to up to 3, 4, 5 years of experience candidate. So we shall see that answer. Basically JDK stands for Java Development Kit, which is a software development environment for building Java applications. JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment, which is required to run Java programs. So JDK, JRE are most essentials in order to run Java programs. So JDK provides software development environment and JRE it provides a runtime environment to run our Java programs and applications. So we will see next question. Next is, why is Java a platform independent language? So this is very most critical and most frequently asked questions. Why is Java is platform independent language? By relying on a virtual machines, Java achieves platform independence. In practice, this means that both the Java programming language and its associated APIs are first compiled into bytecodes that can run on multiple platforms. Then the virtual machine handles any variations in how these bytecodes are executed across different platforms. So in simpler Java, if we write a code in Java, the java.java code will be, if we compile, it will become as bytecode, which is dot class of extension. That dot class of extension file is a platform independent file. That means that dot class file will be run on any type of machine. It might be Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. On different systems also it will be run smoothly without getting any error and any misconception. So we will see next question. What is the differences between abstract class and interface? So basically abstract class is a type of class which does not have implementations. Abstract class has abstract methods and default methods. We will see in depthly in answer mode. So abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated and can only be inherited. And in interface is also like a class. It is a blueprint of class that contains only abstract methods and constants. So next question, what is the differences between finally and finalize? So this is most important, most valuable questions. Finally and finalize. Without these questions interview does not will happen. So finally is used to make a variable or method constant and cannot be changed later. Finally, is used in try-catch blocks to execute a block of code regardless of whether an exception is thrown or not. Finalize is a method that is called by the garbage collector when an object is no longer in use. Okay, next question. What is the differences between stack and heap memory? So basically stack memory is used for storing local variables and function calls, while heap memory is used for storing objects and instance variables. So next question is, what is the differences between method overloading and method overriding? So this is topmost questions. Method overloading is what is method overloading and what is method overriding? So two or more methods have same name but different parameters. then it is called then we call it then this concept is called overloading. So two or methods have two or more methods have same name but different parameters or signatures, then this concept is called method overloading. In method overriding, what will happen is that the child class overrides the properties of a parent class. So we will see in more formal way. Method overriding is creating multiple methods in a class with the same name but different parameters, while method overriding is creating a method in a substance. Overriding is creating a method in a subclass with the same name and parameters as a method in its superclass. So next question is, what is the difference between an abstract class and an interface? An abstract class can have both abstract and concrete methods, while an interface can only have abstract methods. A class can extend only one abstract class, but it can implement multiple interfaces. So now the next question is, what is the differences between a private and protected modifier? So a private modifier makes a member accessible only within the same class, while a protected modifier makes a member accessible within the same class and its subclasses. So next one is most important, most functional, most asked question is, what is constructor overloading in Java? Basically, what is constructor? Constructor is also a same as method, but it does not have return type. It does not have any arguments. So it has argument. There are two types of constructor. What is a default constructor and another one is parameterized constructor. So constructor overloading is a concept in object-oriented programming where a class can have multiple constructors with different parameter lists. Each constructor provides a different way to initialize objects of that class. So what is the use of super keyword in Java? So super keyword is used in Java. So what is the use of it? Super keyword is used to access data members of the parent class when the data member names of the parent class and its child subclass are the same, to call the default and parameterized constructor of the parent class inside the child subclass, and to access parent class methods when the child subclass have overridden them. So if you have any doubts, you can feel free to comment in comment box. So now 11th question is, what is the differences between static methods, static variables and static classes in Java? So all about static. So static methods and static variables are those methods and variables that belong to the class of the Java program, not the object of the class. They are allocated memory when the class is loaded and can directly be called with the help of the class names. A class in the Java program cannot be static except if it is the inner class. If it is an inner static class, then it exactly works like other static members of the class. So next, what is exactly system.out.println? So this is a print statement. So what do you understand by this statement? So system.out.println is a method to print a message on the console. That means output screen. System it is present in java.lang package. Out is the static variable of the of type print stream class. Present in the system class. .println is a method present in print stream class. So you have to remember each and every point inside this. So now the 13th question, most valuable, most important question. What part of memory, stack or heap, is cleaned in the garbage collection process? So garbage collection is done on heap memory to free the memory used by objects that don't have any reference. An object created in the heap space has global access and can be referenced from anywhere in the application. So this is all about core Java questions I have covered so far. Now we will see OOPS concept, OOP questions. So object-oriented programming, which is most familiar, most valuable in interview point of view. So what are the objects? What are the object-oriented features supported by Java? So basically, object-oriented program has objects. So Java is an object-oriented programming language and supports the following object-oriented features. So the features will be encapsulation, Java allows encapsulation, which is the practice of hiding the implementation details of an object through other objects. This is achieved through the use of access modifiers. So next one is inheritance. So these are all the object-oriented features like encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstract class, and class and objects. So inheritance, Java supports inheritance, which allows a new class to be based on an existing class. Inheritance its attributes and methods. This enables code reuse and makes it easier to create new classes that have common properties with existing classes. Polymorphism. This is also one of the OOP concept which Java supports polymorphism. So the interviewer may ask you separately what is inheritance, what is encapsulation, and what is polymorphism. So Java supports polymorphism, which allows objects of different classes to be treated as if they were objects of a common superclass. This can be achieved through method overriding and method overloading. So what is abstraction? This is formally and most usefully asked questions. Java allows abstraction, which is the process of hiding complex implementation details and providing a simplified interface for the user. This can be achieved through abstract class and interfaces. Now, classes and objects. So Java is a pure object-oriented programming, 95%, but does not 100%. Some drawbacks are also there because of pointers or some issues. So classes and a pointer does not support Java. Okay. So other drawbacks are there. So therefore, that is not a fully 100% object-oriented programming. So classes and objects. Java is a class-based language, which means that so no Java program could not be created without creating a class. So therefore, Java is a class-based language, which means that it provides constructs for defining classes and creating objects from those classes. So now the next question is, what are the different access specifiers used in Java? So there are different 4 types of access specifiers basically, which is a public, private, protected, default. So these are all 4 access specifiers. So public can be accessed by any class or method. Protected can be accessed by the class of the same package or by the subclass of this class or within the same class. Default are accessible only within the package. It is the default option for all classes, methods, and variables. Default are accessible only within the package is the default option for all classes, methods, and variables. Private can be accessed only within the class. Now the next question is, what is the differences between composition and inheritance? So composition is a has a relationship where a class contains an object of another class as a member variable. Inheritance is an easier relationship where a subclass extends a superclass to inherit its attributes and methods. So what is the purpose of an abstract class? Most commonly used, most frequently asked questions. What is the purpose of an abstract class in OOPS oriented view? So an abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated and is used as a base class for other classes to inherit from. It can contain abstract methods which are declared but not implemented in the abstract class and must be implemented in the subclasses. So what are the differences between constructor and method of a class in Java? So constructor is used for initializing the object state, whereas method is used for exposing the object's behavior. Constructor have no return type, but methods should have a return type even if it does not return anything. The return type is void. If the constructor is not defined, then a default constructor is provided by the Java compiler. So the constructor name should be equal, compiler should be equal, where is that? Yeah, should be equal to the class name. A constructor cannot be marked as a final because whenever a class is inherited, the constructors are not inherited. So one most important point is constructor is created inside the class. Okay, but the class does not will be closed. Inside the class we will create the constructor. So a method can be defined as a final, but it cannot be overridden in its subclasses. So what is the diamond problem in Java and how it is solved? So most commonly asked in product-based companies and also service top tech companies. This question is most familiar. So the diamond problem is an issue that can arise in programming languages that support multiple inheritances. Whereas a class inherits from two or more classes that have a common ancestor, this can cause ambiguity in the method resolution order, leading to an unpredictable behavior. In Java, multiple inheritance is not supported directly, but it can be simulated using interfaces. A class can implement one or more interfaces, effectively inheriting their properties and methods. So what is the differences between local and instance variables in Java? So instance variables are accessible by all the methods in the class. They are declared outside the methods and inside the class. These variables describe the properties of an object and remain bound to it. Local variables are those variables present within a block, function or constructor and can be accessed only inside them. The utilization of the variable is restricted to the block scope. So now what is a marker in marker interface in Java? So make a start on it. Marker interface in Java is a very important concept. So marker interface or tagging interface are those which have no methods and constants defined them, no constant defined in them. They help the compiler and JVM get runtime related object information. So this is all about core Java and object oriented programming, important, most commonly asked in interview point of time. So go through this video once again, and if you have any doubts, if you require any PPT of this video, you can feel free to take a screenshots of these questions and answers and make prepare and give your best in exam in interview. So these questions will also be asked in some written exams also. So make sure you should be clear with these topics. So this is for now. We will meet in another upcoming latest mind-blowing video. Until then, hit a like, subscribe and share. Do not forget to press the bell icon to never miss any updates. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.